Part 5 Subtraction of Integers. Very first we are going to see about subtraction of integers on number lines. There are certain rules while performing subtractions on the number line. So the first one is very first we have to start at 0. So here we have to start and face the past negative direction. So which is the positive direction? This one is the positive direction and this one is the negative direction. In subtraction we have to face the negative direction. So we have to face in this direction. Step forward for the positive integer. If the integer is positive, then we have to move forward. So in this direction we have to move. Step backward for the negative integers. If it is a negative integers, so we have to move backward. So for the subtractions, which is the backward direction, this is the backward direction. So we have to move in this direction whenever the integer is a negative integer. So let us see some examples for subtraction of integers on the number line. So very first one is 5 minus 3 equal to 0. So what is the first rule? We have to start at 0. So we are starting here. So what is the first integer? The first integer is a 5. So we have to move at the 5 steps in the positive direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the operator here? Here the operator is the negative operator. Negative operator means we have to face in the negative direction. So which is the negative direction? This is the negative direction. So we are facing the negative direction. What is the next integer? 3. So 3 is the positive integers. That means we have to move towards the positive direction. That is the forward direction. So we have to, how many steps we have to move? We have to move 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3. So we will reach the integer 2. So the answer is 2. So the second example is 5 minus 3. So what is the first rule? We have to start at 0. So we are here. So what is the first integer? It is the 5. So we have to move towards the positive direction. So with the how many steps we have to move? We have to move 5 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We reach the integer 5. So what is the operator here? It is the negative operators. That means we have to look after the negative direction. So we are looking in this direction. So what is the next integer? It is the negative integer. Negative integer means we have to move backward directions. So how many steps we have to move backward? We have to move backward 3 steps. So backward direction for the negative direction is a positive direction. So we have to move 3 steps backward. So 1, 2, 3. We are moving backward directions. So 3 steps. Which integer we reach? We reach the integer 8. So the answer here is an 8. The third one is an minus 5 minus 3. So where we have to start? We have to start at 0. So what is the first integer? It is minus 5. That means we have to move negative direction 5 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are in the integer minus 5. So what is the operator here? Negative operator. That means we are facing in this direction. That is the negative directions we are facing. So what is the next integer? The next integer is the 3. So that is the positive direction. Positive direction means we have to move forward direction. How many steps we have to move? We have to move 3 steps. So the forward direction is 1, 2, 3. We are moving 3 steps. So which integer we will reach? We reach the integer minus 8. So the answer here is minus 8. So the next example is minus 5 minus of minus 3. So where we have to start? We have to start at 0. So what is the first integer? Minus 5. So we have to move negative direction. How many steps we have to move? We have to move 5 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are moving 5 steps. And we reach the integer minus 5. So what is the operator here? It is the negative operator. So we have looked in this direction. And what is the next integer? It is minus 3. So minus 3 means we have moved backward direction. So how many steps we have to move backward? 3 steps. So 1, 2 and 3. So we reach the integer minus 2. So here the answer is minus 2. Next we are going to see about the properties of subtractions. So the first property is an closure. So what is enclosure? If a and b are integer, then I subtract a and b. The answer what we get, that is also an integer. We have to check whether the condition is true or false. So for example, if I take first integer is an -7 and the second integer as a -4. So these two integers are the negative integers. I am going to subtract these two integers. Here two operators are nearer together, minus minus. So I have to change the sign. Minus into minus, it will become plus. So -7 plus 4. So these two integers are having the different sign. That means I have to subtract. So 7 minus 4 is 3. The biggest number sign is a negative sign. So I have to put the negative sign. So the answer is a -3. So what is the next example? -5 minus 3. So here I am taking one negative integer and one positive integer. So -5 minus 3. So these two integers are having the same sign. That means I have to add. So 5 plus 3 is 8. The biggest number sign is the negative sign. So I have to put the negative sign. So the answer is a -8. That is also an integer. So if a and b are integer, then a minus b is also an integer. Therefore integers are closed under subtractions. So what is the next property? The next property is a commutative. So what is meant by commutative? If a and b are integer, then a minus b equal to b minus a. That is, if I interchange the position of an integer, then the answer is same. We have to check whether the condition is true or false. So what is the first condition? A minus b. So what I am taking the a value as -5 and b value as 3. Okay, so yeah, so -5 minus 3. So plus into minus. So here two operators are nearer together. So plus into minus, the answer is a minus. So -5 minus 3. So these two integers are having the same sign. That means I have to add. So 5 plus 3 is 8 and the biggest number sign is a negative sign. So the answer is a -8. So now I interchange the position of an integer. So b minus a. So b is 3 and a is -5. So here two operators are nearer together. I have to change the sign. So minus into minus, it will become plus. So 3 plus 5 equal to 8. The biggest number sign is an plus. So here the answer is here 8. So -8 is not equal to 8. That means a minus b is not equal to b minus a. So therefore integers are not commutative under subtraction. So what is the third property? Associativity. So what is an associative? A minus b minus c equal to a minus b minus c. That is, if I interchange the bracket, the answer should be same or not. We have to check. So first a minus b minus c. So what is the a here? A is the 3 and b is the -4 and c is the -5. So 3 minus -4 -5. So here that what is the order of operations? Inside the bracket should be executed first. So -4 -5. So here two integers are having the same sign. That means we have to add. So 4 plus 5 is 9. The biggest number sign is a negative sign. So -9. So here two operators are nearer together. That means I have to change the sign. Minus into minus, it will become plus. So 3 plus 9 equal to 12. So a minus b minus c equal to 12. So now I interchange the bracket. A minus b minus c. So 3 minus -4 minus 5. So here two operators are nearer together. That means I have to change the sign. So minus into minus, it will become plus. So 3 plus 4 equal to 7. 7 minus 5. So again the two integers are having the different sign. That means we have to subtract. So 7 minus 5 is 2. Therefore 12 is not equal to 2. That means a minus b minus c is not equal to a minus b minus c. That means integers are not associative under subtraction.